Pleasure, mate. Anthony, I think that's the first time I've said your name without doing a rendition of Voulez-Vous. It's a privilege. I am an absolute massive fan. I've been visualising this entire interview all of yesterday. Cast your mind back 12 months ago. You were looking forward to playing in the European Under-21 Championships. Back then, you weren't actually a regular starter for Newcastle United. Since then, you're now won Player of the Tournament, you've won Player of the Season for Newcastle. How have the last 12 months been for you, and what do you put your success down to?
Yeah, they've been incredible. Couldn't have asked for any more. Like you said, the 2 awards that I've won are massive for me, massive confidence builder. I think the success has just been down to resilience and just pure belief, believing in myself, believing I can do it before anyone else did it.
Phenomenal. And you came from Merseyside to the northeast of England. Were you surprised by the passion for football here, and do you see any similarities between Merseyside and the northeast?
Yeah, there's definitely similarities, as in they're both working class. They're both same types of people, funny, a lot of character, always up for a laugh and stuff, very light-hearted. I think the passion in football surprised me a lot. I didn't quite realise how big Newcastle was just until I really got there, and the fans are just everywhere across the city, no matter which part you're in. So I definitely underestimated that part.
Why do you think the fans are so passionate about football in this region?
Good question. I don't actually know. I think when you're in an environment of a working class city, football can give that real belief to the community, and it can give people a way of coming together and believing in something. I feel that's what I felt coming from Liverpool at times. I always just admired footballers, and it always gave me that, like I said, that belief in I can be something. And I think that's the reason.
You start that with I don't know, but you finish with a very eloquent answer. That is very true. I think some of that passion is tied to the community spirit, as you said, coming together. Yeah. Now, you recently showed Newcastle United fans just your community spirit. A tweet was put out asking for a signed shirt of yours for a young boy named Joseph Birch, who is at Manchester Children's Hospital suffering from an acute form of leukemia. You went one above and drove all the way down to the hospital and went to meet him. Firstly, how did that come about? Secondly, how inspiring was it meeting him and the other kids there in that hospital?
Well, I just got made aware of the tweet. I seen it, and I was in the area anyway, so it didn't take much for me to go and do. So it was the least I could have done, really. I seen him, and then just going in to meet him is so inspiring and so humbling to see such a young kid going through something so hard at that age. Like I said, it was so inspiring, and by the end of it, I was just so thankful that I could go in and meet him and be around his family. They were lovely. They were so happy and in such high spirits, and it was just crazy. It's good for me to see. Yeah,
perfect, and I think you showed the rest of the world just how inspiring a man you are as well. So fair play and well done to you. I mean, coming up this Monday, you've currently got 2 England caps. Hopefully you're going to get a 3rd. And how is that going to feel representing England in what has now become your home ground, St James's Park?
Yeah, I couldn't wish for a better place to play for England, to be fair. In front of basically my home fans, like you said. The stadium and that, it's just a great place to play football for any occasion. But playing for England in that stadium, it's a great duo, great combination.
I'm a stand-up comedian by trade. I'm sure you know the sponsor, Newcastle Brown Ale.
Yeah.
I call myself the Newcastle Brown Male. It's a very unique sense of Geordie humour. As you say, a lot of funny things happen in working class communities. Yeah. You experienced that within your first week here, when you turned up to the Metro Centre, struggled to find an Uber, and got a lift home off a fan. Firstly, what was that experience like?
Crazy. It was good. I think it was a good welcoming experience though, like just to get used to the people. So basically, I had no like clothing, no bathroom essentials, that sort of thing. So went to the Metro, didn't realise it would be so busy, and my phone died by the time I got out of there, which was good timing. And then the only way to get home really was to sort of get a lift from someone else or try and search for a taxi. And luckily, I met a lovely family who helped me out.
Were you just standing outside the Metro Centre and he just approached you?
Yeah, they come to me and was just basically saying, welcome, really excited to see you play, that sort of thing. And then I told them I couldn't find, well, my phone had died, so I couldn't get a taxi, which then they kindly offered me
I mean, next time you go to the Metro Centre, you might want to pick up a power pack.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'll charge it before I go.
How much are you looking forward to representing your country, England, at St James's Park, a stadium that's now become your home ground?
No, it's a special feeling. I think any opportunity that I get to represent England is always special, but to represent my country at St James's, it's an even more special feeling, and most importantly as well for the supporters, because they get to see the national team, play. They get to see the favourite players play as well. So it gives the supporters a great opportunity to watch England play, and I think it's good that we're on the road. You've lived in Manchester, you've lived in London, and you've lived in Madrid. 3 massively passionate football cities. But how would you describe the passion for football here in the northeast of England, and why do you think it means so much to the region? I don't think people realise how passionate they are until you actually play for Newcastle. I played at St James's many times. I've been in the city many times before I became a Newcastle player. But when I first arrived, you feel the pressure as well, because the supporters demand a lot. But as you said, yeah, I played in for some big teams, but Newcastle is, I don't know, there's just something special about it, about the supporters. No matter where you go in the city, if I take my kids to school or wherever it may be, they're so passionate, and I see that on a weekly basis. So, Newcastle in the history have always been a huge club with huge fan base. So, yeah, probably one of the best supporters I played in front of for sure.
Have they given you lessons in the lingo? What words have you picked up in northeast dialect?
Yeah, it's funny really as you say that, because if we're speaking to them like myself, it's all right, but as soon as the Geordie boys started speaking to each other, it's like a different language at times. They speak like so fast and stuff, even for myself. But no, it's more like they try and teach like Bruno and all, South Americans, like the slang and stuff like that. And it's actually funny listening to them speak it.
You're one of the most experienced players in this England squad. You've played in 3 major tournaments. Can you give us an insight into what you feel is the potential of this current crop of players in the England team heading into the Euros, and what is the mood like in the England camp?
Yeah, it's crazy really, because I've been the last 3 tournaments. It's been like different players. From my first one, it was more older players, and then you look at it now and it's just young, fresh, hungry. The talent's scary really. But the mood of the camp's good, positive. We're all delighted to be back together. And that's the most important thing. You need to enjoy it when you go away with your national team, if you're playing or not. That's key. The standards come from the manager. He sets the tone. And myself, as an experienced player, it's about trying to control that. Not just myself. There's so many experienced players in the team, but it's just trying to keep that balance. And yeah, we're feeling positive. We're feeling good, and just got to keep working hard and being positive. Have that positive mindset.